Hello, who's there? I can't put music because if I put music, Facebook might block me. So, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on when you are tuning up and watching this series. Wow, I can't believe we are in episode number 9 of Why People Don't Buy From You, something that started 2 weeks ago and it's growing in me. Actually, I already have about 31 31 titles for our next sessions, so stay tuned. And if you haven't catch up with our prior lessons, feel free to go back and watch this video. And what I do is after we finish, I edit the video and then you find all the descriptions of the prior links. We have discussed many reasons why people might not be making decisions quicker to sign up with your programs or buying your products. And one of the things that I always like to clarify is that if you own a local business and your product or your service is based on location, you're fine. You are fine. But I have news for you. You are pretty much on the 5% of the population, because the rest of us, we really have to put a lot of value on the marketplace, or else the competitive advantage based on location is no longer applicable. For many business owners, that represented a challenge. For example, even when you are an accountant or when you provide a service that is local, the fact that people can find you and the fact that you can provide those services nationwide, what it does is that whenever someone looks for some sort of the services, if that other person that can be your competitor is more visible online, they might be taking your business away from you. So because of that, we need to be aware of how to be competitive on the marketplace. And we need to understand how the psychology of the sales work. One of the things that we are working on is in finding and tuning our social sales system. I truly realize that we own a social sales system, which is the best way that I can describe you. How is it that I can help you to create results on your business? Mixing the social media marketing and mixing the sales skills and understanding the mentality that you need to have to hustle. Mompreneurs, entrepreneurs, infopreneurs are great to get get into our information. And so I'm really excited to present you today with episode number 9. Why people don't buy from you. And this is huge. Let me make sure that my computer is working right. Let me make sure that we have everything in place so people can watch us. I know that we have people from Japan who connecting and people from London as well that they connect to this program. So welcome again. And if you're watching and for some reason I don't see you, I think I can invite you to come here. Let me see. I can invite. Yeah, I can send invitations here. Oh, this is really cool. You see, Facebook Live keeps getting better. So we can now send invitations here for people to connect with us. So bear with me for a second. I really want to try this amazing tool that we can send invites so we can have more people watching this. Okay? So, okay. I'm sure that these people are receiving invitations. They might join us and they will appreciate that I let them know. So episode number 9, take notes, because sometimes the record might just get busted and we don't have the opportunity to go back. Okay, so why people don't buy from you. Today I want to talk about the process that needs to happen before someone make a decision. And it is in that process that a marketer becomes hand by hand to you and to your services. And you see, one of the biggest mistakes that I see happening from entrepreneurs is that they focus on the tactics that they need to do immediate sales. And because of that, they forget that they might need to invest in systems, they might need to invest in getting their market information ready before they are announcing the program or the product to the public. And one of that big mistake cost them a lot of trouble. Okay, the opposite is really getting ready to launch your product, and you don't launch your product overnight. For example, the iPhone doesn't get launched. Hello, Charina. The iPhone doesn't get launched overnight. It takes a time. It takes a process. It requires a system to in order to get amazing results. So I am talking today about part of what needs to happen in that moment when you are getting ready to launch your program or your product. Okay, and maybe you already did it, and maybe this is going to help you to redesign your copy, to redesign the text, to redesign the concept that you are using to introduce or launch your product or your service. So people might not be making decisions because the way that you are presenting what you want to do for them, it is not congruent with the way that they want to hear the information. You see, if we work alone, we don't get the advantage of having the feedback from other people. And therefore, what we do is that we go on the internet and we copy and paste whatever sounds good to us. But there's one problem. You are just one person. And you want to have about 10 clients. That means that you need to expose your information maybe to 100 people. Do you think that 100 people will understand exactly the same that you understood? And especially if you were gathering all of this information, tired, on a rush, nobody really watched you doing this, you didn't practice all of this information with somebody else, and then you go and launch yourself, launch your opportunity, and people don't buy. If you feel that when you do the analysis and you read back whatever you're saying on your copy, whether that is an advertising that you're putting on your Facebook or an email that you created, a text that you're sending, or even the conversations in person, ask yourself, am I being congruent? Is there like a clear offer? Are people understanding what I want them to understand? And I will tell you my personal example. I have been moving and transitioning from doing year programs and like programs that I did, like, we had the Social Media University with tracks, and I have been transitioning from the tracks mentality to the membership mentality, and that creates confusion, that creates friction. So what I'm working today, as a matter of fact, is in a page where I can be explaining exactly, process by process and step by step, what people get if they decide to become members of our Social Media University. Because honestly, university can mean many things, and maybe people are not really wanting to join any university. Some people have told me in the past, listen, I just want you to do the work for me. I don't want to learn. So I'm going to use Sharina as an example because she's here. So maybe Sharina, for example, she owns a business. She distributes product that can help people getting the best shape in their best shape of their lives, right? And her system, I know that she can have different levels of accountability. She can be one-on-one. She can send the people to join a group that actually the company manages, or she can just be the person who ships you the product and never talks to you. So when she's inviting people to her opportunity to get in their best shape in their lives, she needs to present the 3 options, for example. So the person that see the opportunity will go through the process and analyzing what is the best option for me. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think McDonald's is so successful? besides the fact that they are experts in real estate and picking the best corners that ever exist on the planet, right? When you're hungry, when you're on a road trip and there's nothing else, you always will find a McDonald's. So besides from the fact that they're very tactical in picking their location, why do you think they became a revolution and people started to love the double burgers? Because they created the combos. And those combinations are making your life easier and more simple, because you go and you order number 1, number 2, number 3, from 1 to 7. I don't even know how many of them are. When I go, I just go to the Happy Meals for the kids sometimes. But I think you understand the point. You want to give people options. So when you're creating those options, you want to be congruent, and you want that every option is offered in a way that the person can process. And perhaps you might want to answer questions like, how is it to work with me? What benefits do you get by working with me? What if you decide that you don't want to work any longer with me? What results are you typically going to experience? Try to come up with the potential questions that people have and put it out there. This is the magic when it comes to attraction marketing. You don't need to convince anybody. At the same time, and we talk about this in our episode, we talk about the fact that we can put this information ahead of time. So when people are reading the information and making the decision on their own, you are educating them and inspiring them to make the best decision. Okay? If I go back to Sharina's example, she now is going to advertise her program, and she's going now to check, do I really have options for the people? What if they want this and they don't want that? What if they don't want to lose weight, but they still want to be part of an accountability group? What if they don't use my products? Can I still provide an accountability for that person, paying an extra fee, right? Is there a discount for my clients from that belong to my supplements and that are users of my supplements? I mean, why not? All of those things are important, and you need to think about all of those when you design your offer. And especially because people are used to see the things in a certain way, and you don't want to change the way that they make decisions. We are not here to change that. We are here to create the marketing pieces that help them making the decisions based on what they are used to see and to read. That's why you need to do your homework, and that's why it will be really fantastic that when you review that process, the process that is taking place before you launch your product or your service, magic can happen if you fine and tune all of those things so people can be more assertive when they make a decision. They're more confident that you can help them. Is this helping? Is this good? Does this make sense? So do the congruency test. Do the congruency test and see and ask yourself, what I'm offering, is it giving people options? What I'm offering, are people used to understand this offer in this way? Perhaps you might want to change your language. Perhaps, and I said this example the other day, I remember when I was recognized as an ambassador for this company, and we got this message from one of Tom's friends and said, "Oh, congratulations on being ambassador. May I ask which country?" We forget that people might not understand the jargon that we use. So make sure that you're not using those words to avoid confusion, so people can make decisions quicker and better. Gigi, I was missing you. I was actually thinking about you the other day. Okay, so I'm about to leave for another meeting that I have over my Zoom channel, but I wanted to come today as every day from Monday to Friday, as I told you. Hi, los nenes deben de estar grandes. So I told you that every day we're going to have from Monday to Friday why people don't buy from you. So expect another episode tomorrow. And I'm here, and send questions on my way. As you know, I can always, answer them even by private message. And if you found this useful, share with people that you know that are service-based entrepreneurs and that want to use the online marketplace to grow their business. Okay, so I have to go, but thank you for showing up. Besito. Bye.